best value.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico!
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for The Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, we got the host, Haas Tabrizi, streaming in. Quick programming notes. We do got the Royals taking over the airwaves at 12:30. So if you want to continue listening to The Breeze, use the streams, use the Ticket app, 93.7 Ticket app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. You can also use the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. Spinning out of the way. Haas Tabrizi, the host. How's it going?
Got the Royals trying to take over the AL Central also.
That is true, right? It's funny too. Sometimes you get things lost in the fold. But we were at a community event yesterday, and the number of Ticket listeners that came up to say that they appreciate the Royals coverage. Sometimes it gets lost, right, in the mix, because you think, okay, the Royals are available everywhere. We forget how many people are actually listening on the brick and mortar. So, and I appreciate listeners telling us. Easily 12 people, 13 people.
I believe it. Baseball is one of those where the radio call is almost perfect for it.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to have.
Vince Scully. Vince Scully.
Yeah, you're spoiled that your guy is the GOAT. Like, your guy is the GOAT. It doesn't happen that way for everybody else. And it's interesting too, because it used to be a glamour position. That used to be the spot, even more so than TV. The radio call, the radio play-by-play call was how the pastime was built. That's why it was America's game, was the fact that you spent these evenings with these folks who would describe to you sky color and uniforms and directional purpose and speed and power and volume, and then it wasn't just there for you to digest visually. You actually had to process mentally what they were describing to you. We always and Haas is a play-by-play guy as well, so he gets the point of being so descriptive because you are the eyes and voice to what people can't see. And baseball is the real artistry of play-by-play, because there's so much time in between and so many things to describe. It's a beautiful thing, bro.
It was interesting when the Dodgers were playing the Brewers. I love listening to Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser. That's the main Dodger team. But I was like, let me change it to the Milwaukee broadcasts. Let me see if Bob Uecker's still there. Unfortunately, he's not announcing anymore. But Bob Uecker, he's right there with. He's not Vince Scully, but he's close there.
Well, again, I'm old enough that this was the real means for baseball consumption. It was tough because we didn't have cable TV, right? We didn't have access to other games. So you would get on a transistor radio, or if I was at my grandmom's house, she had one of those floor consoles, and you would try to just find whatever was on, right? Whatever was on. But then you would get the old Washington Senators. If it was on a good, clear night, you could get the Baltimore Orioles, and you could get the Philadelphia Phillies. Maybe you got the Atlanta Braves. And then you would just sit back. And then the guys, the voices like Chuck Thompson, who would just, it was masterful.
So did you guys get excited when you realized your signal was carrying extra? Like, did you already have game stations in mind that was you knew the signal's carrying extra today, or you were excited you could dial it up?
Yeah. I mean, it was those nights. I mean, there were nights, and again, I'm a Virginia kid, and there are still places in Virginia where you can go where there are clear skies, and you think of DC, but on the Virginia side of things, there were clear skies, and you would just go and find a place. We had a baseball field on the street my mom lived, and we went up to the baseball field. Literally, it became a known thing that you could go to the baseball field and then sit on the bench and you would probably get a couple of ball games if you were, you get 3 friends and you all used your own transistor radio and you sat and listened.
And people just understood. You just saw people sitting there. It's like, they're listening to the game.
Yeah, like it was the thing, right? So you go through, and the same was true for football, but it wasn't because it was just one day a week for football. Like it was just Sunday, and you didn't. I mean, again, there's you got 2 games on TV, so if you were a fan of something else, you had to find radio. And there was no internet. So you couldn't just go to the station and figure out, I'm going to plug this in. But the best announcers, and that's probably its own show of who the greatest announcers are. I mean, Jack Buck, before Skip Carey, Ernie Thompson, these were folks who carried big ball games. Bob Uecker, of course, after he was done playing. Tim McCarver was actually a radio guy before he was a TV guy, and a lot
Prime time.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's still one of the great defining moments. Well, I mean, the reality is the beauty of being a beat writer or a beat reporter for a team is that you have to face them. So your commentary about them was always, you were held accountable. With the old reporters who had to go and face, oftentimes you traveled with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were out there saying that somebody was terrible and a disgrace to the game, you were going to have to pay. Like, and this is back in the day where, listen, that lawsuit wasn't going to do anything for you. Like, you were going to have to pay. So Haas was mentioning, like, there was a time when Tim McCarver went from radio to TV, and he criticized Deion Sanders on air, and he had to end up walking into a locker room, and guess what? listen, tough guy. You think, right? I mean, but that was the thing about me. That was the media training I got. Was that one? Tell the truth. Like, tell the truth. Make it interesting, and then if you can, make it entertaining. But never say a thing about anybody that you wouldn't say about them in a dark, small closet in the dark, right? My time in Utah, where I spent more time advising reporters, hey man, that's Karl Malone, bruh. He will hurt you for saying a thing that's not true about him. He didn't care if you told the truth about him. His issue was, you need to be held accountable for the false things you say about me or the wrong things you say about me, and then to hold yourself accountable. Like, and if you can't hold yourself accountable, I'll hold you accountable. And that was how the business was done. The internet made a lot of fake bullies.
Oh my gosh.
It made a lot.
When is it going to end?
Well,
when is it going to end?
As people keep clicking, I'll the Steve Court, I can say his name because he put his name on the article.
Yeah.
He had that Triathlon Sports, that story on Colorado. Fine if true, but when we have zero substance of any proof, why put it out? You can't be putting that out there if there's nothing to indicate what you're saying has real evidence behind it.
Well, I mean, it was the Inquirer type media, right? That rumor sold, fake, even lies sold. And if there was no accountability for it because people didn't have the resources to chase a national beast, well, now you're chasing ghosts. You're chasing anonymous people under anonymous names, and a lot of times you can't. And those people aren't facing. Like, here's my thing is that when I walk up into Memorial Stadium, they know me. I'm right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see me, I'm not going to say a thing that I can't validate, vouch, or confirm. Like, that's the thing. And if there are a lot of Husker, air quote, Husker media, social media that simply reproduce, steal, mimic, ghost somebody else's work. And then they sell it as their own. Well, why would you give validity to somebody who hides who they are? Like, why? What credibility is being authentically you. So why would you give resource and credibility to somebody who uses a fake name?
It's a great question. The amount of burners that nobody knows who they are the biggest running platforms on a lot of social media.
Well, but because there are people that want that, right? They don't want truth. They want to be entertained. And then they say, well, just stick to entertaining me. No. Like, that's why I cross streams into as a player, a coach, media, radio, writer. If you know the rules for each thing, then you're accountable and beholden to each thing. But if you're not connected, if you're an online blogger, you don't have accountability. There's no, like, people don't know. But I also say this. There are people that have hundreds of thousands of followers. And I said, but what power do you have? Like, what value do you have? Stop it. Stop it. But that's like, give me like Haas is a coach. Haas is a writer. Haas is a speaker. Haas will say, listen, I have to give thought to what I say and what I write because that's my resume. That's my reputation. Because somebody of character, that thing matters. And it's just too much. Like, for me, there are a lot of folks, I've had people come and say, hey, let me get on the station. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Like, now you have to be a person. You have to be a person now, right? I mean, you're going to be on camera. I'm not going to blur your face, and I'm not going to let you go on as, Husker Steve. No, bro.
Rey Mysterio mask.
Right. Like, that's the thing that happens so often. You just go, wow, there's so much to this that you want people. But yeah, the beauty of old, as much as people talk about mainstream media and old media and new media, I like the accountability of old media. I like the fact that you could hold somebody accountable for a thing that they said. Jimmy the Greek was one of the biggest names in media. But when he said a dumb thing in private, he was held accountable for it. And then he said, you know what? I was wrong. And he gained respect. Look, we all make mistakes. We all do stupid things. But he just took accountability for it. Like, oh man, I did a thing. It was terrible. It was in the moment. I was wrong. I'll do better. Okay. Okay. You said 999 things true. You did one bad thing. I think you're more than 999 than you are the one.
That's what we need to do more of. I hate the canceling of people for one bad thing with history of years of being right and saying the right thing.
Just like, come
people
on.
are going to have a bad day. It's going to happen where someone's off.
Well, I know my testimony. I'm not perfect. And I tell people, listen, I try. I'm okay with people holding me accountable. Like, I'm like, I married somebody who holds me accountable. That's the part. But I'm accountable to listeners because they can validate everything I say. Right? You can search it. You can.
And your name's out there. Quick Google search.
Right?
Find
like,
all the stops at DP.
Right? Like, you can find it. So that's the beauty of all this stuff. And now as we head into football season, it's kind of cool just to remember to validate, confirm, give some meat and potatoes to the meal rather than popcorn. Popcorn tastes good, has no nutritional value.
Let me ask a question to Coach DP. If you were a megastar, superstar, one of the best players in the league, and you get injured, do you lose your position when you come back? Are there any ways that you can lose your position in the batting order, position on the field?
Well, I mean, so let's go to the top of the Mount Rushmore. Let's go to Michael Jordan, right?
And to help, I'm talking about baseball right now, but
okay. So let's go to Juan Soto. Okay, let's go to Aaron Judge. Let's go to Shohei Ohtani. Go to any of those things.
There's one more that should be up there.
Bobby Witt Jr.
He's in LA.
Freddie Freeman.
Nope.
Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Yeah. Listen. I would question a coach who's not smart enough to say that the resume of Mookie Betts, the work that's been put in, the production level, the big moments, etc., that he hasn't earned the right to have his spot. He's not the 23rd player on the roster. He's not even the 11th best player on the roster. He's He's one of the elite players in the league. And
top 4 in the league.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Tabrizi.
Top 5, fine. Top 5. What player plays right field elite, then shortstop elite, then second base elite, can hit for power, run, all those things?
Right. I mean, the fact that he's chosen to allow himself to be used that way is probably why he has the injuries that he does, because the crossing of different athletic skills.
It was a broken hand off a pitch.
Well, but I mean, here's the thing. The wear and tear of Mookie Betts, like you're putting him in situations all the time. Contact, moving infield, playing the middle of the infield is different than playing right field. It's just a different game. There's different wear and tear on the body. But, okay, he gets hit on the hand. He's still Mookie Betts when he returns. And listen, if you tell me that the injury, Joe Theismann broke his leg while he was at the top of his game, he was never going to be that Joe Theismann again. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense that Mark Rippon gets Jay Schrader gets an opportunity. That makes sense. You have to do that. But if Mookie returns to form, which is the other part,
It's a home run in the first game back.
Right. You can put it back. Now, the skipper knows whether Mookie's 100%. Or 98% or 96% or whatever. Well, I mean, if the skipper says there's a reason why Mookie can't be my number 2 guy, he knows the thing and Mookie knows the thing that we don't know. They're there every day. They see the medical reports. They talk to doctors. They talk to the players. And here's the other thing. If Mookie returns and is at 100%, the rest of the Dodgers, including leadership, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, et cetera, are going to say, hey, get us our due. Get us our due back in the lineup, man. We're trying to win a World Series. Get us our guy. They did that with Kershaw. They did that with different people in the pitching staff. It happens, but you want to give the skipper some credit because he knows more than we do. They know more than we do.
Bingo. And so that's what happened is Mookie Betts is probably the best leadoff hitter in all of baseball, but he's not the best leadoff hitter on the Dodgers. And Shohei Ohtani moved to leadoff, and Shohei was a power guy before Mookie got hurt. Hold on.
40 homers and 40 steals.
Hold on.
Stop it.
Hold on.
Tabrizi.
When Mookie Betts got hurt, Shohei decided to get on base and get a lot of steals. So he probably had like 12 or 13 steals before Mookie got hurt. And then every game he'd get a steal or two when Mookie got hurt. And so, wow, you're getting a steal or two per game and hitting home runs. And so Saturday night on was it Saturday night? Friday night. Kobe's birthday. Kobe's birthday.
Yep.
Mind you, Kobe's birthday in LA. This is after watching Friday Night SmackDown in DC, coming back home, staying up, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded. How do you get to the 40-40 club? You hit a walk-off grand slam.
Walk-off granny. Walk-off granny. Like, and listen, shout out to I think I was on the Dodgers call during it, and on the TV call. And the perfect matchup, because there's 2 on, and they walk the hitter before Shohei. And I'm like, no, bruh, I'm not letting Shohei get to the plate. Like, so they walk him.
Intentional walk?
No,
they
wild pitch, they walked him. And Shohei walks up, and the crowd, it's one of those moments where the stadium recognizes the moment, because you're going, he stole the 40th base earlier in the game.
Yep.
And you could feel like they're like, he's one swing away from 40-40. And he walks up, and literally everybody in the stadium stood, whipped out their phones, like,
first pitch, bam!
Like, just in case dude goes eclectic, like, first pitch, Yahtzee. And I'm just sitting there going, come on. Like, if this was a movie, you'd be like,
yeah,
stop it. You're just doing too much. Like, you wrote the perfect script.
To get a grand slam on your 40-40 is crazy. To be a walk-off grand slam.
Like a walk-up grand slam for your 40-40. And you just, come on. Like,
and you were at 39 going in. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just, I mean, and mind you, let's not forget that he's still one of the top 10 pitchers in baseball. I want to.
He threw off the mound yesterday. I think there's a chance he could be a closer in the playoffs.
Which is not even fair. Which is not even fair. Like there's a movie with Brendan Fraser where he plays a baseball player who is found in like South America somewhere, right? And they recruit him. It's not the recruit. It might be the recruit. There's some, but Harrison, the movie is so bizarre in the theory that this guy is the best hitter and best pitcher on the planet, and he just happens. So they find him. They bring him to America. Big recruiting war. The Yankees get him, and the idea in the movie is, there's no way somebody's the best pitcher who hits home runs whenever he wants, steals bases whenever he wants, strikes out people whenever he wants. Except 20 years later, here the Matrix works, right? Here comes Shohei, the best pitcher and the best hitter in baseball. Yeah.
The way he steals bases, DP Harrison, he's gotten a lot smarter from not pitching. Like I could just see the evolution of him as a base runner in the last 2-3 months. He has literally evolved how he runs. He's a big dude. So he's not like Jazz Chisholm, who's just small and quick, or Ellie, who are small and quick. This is a big dude, and he's just really reading the pitchers and when to move and when to steal. And he has an over 90% success rate stealing bases.
It's just bananas. That's what it's. I kind of figured we'd get into this conversation today. We got to go to break to get the Royals up here locally. Haas, what do you want to talk about when we come back?
Hey, man, we just went to SmackDown in D.C. We got to talk about that.
I know you do. I know you do.
That's up next. The Breeze, Haas, DP, don't go anywhere.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
Here's a message for parents. Show your child that education is important in your home. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Set aside a special area where your child can work on school assignments. Encourage your child to become more responsible by setting personal educational goals. And send your child to school well-fed and rested. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child reach their full potential.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. This is not One-on-One with DP. This is The Breeze with Haas Tabrizi and DP.
It happens. It happens.
But if you guys are still listening, that means you found the streams, or at the very least, you found the Ticket app. Continue to do so. You can comment through there as always. And again, that's Sarah Hammond text line 402-464-5685. Shout out to Don. On time as always. Listen to the Breeze and everybody else chiming in. Haas Tabrizi, I'll let you tease it before break, but go ahead. The host as always. I'll let you guide it.
Not sure if my mic got kicked off, so hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you.
So that long story I was giving about Mookie Betts, just to finish it real quick. if Betts was batting leadoff and he deserves it, then Shohei Ohtani wouldn't have had that moment. So if there's a guy that you let bat before you, and Mookie Betts said, "Hey, let him bat first. This is a generational talent that we're just happy to be around. So let him bat first." And if you didn't let him bat first because there's 2 outs, who knows what would have happened? I know Mookie Betts could hit a grand slam, but that magical moment wouldn't have happened. So, if you haven't been to a Raw or SmackDown in person, I highly suggest it. So TP and I have gone to premium live events, and those are obviously a wonderful show. But the surprise of the card, that was exciting for me. So when we get there, my kids, Mia went to Royal Rumble with DP and me. So 2 of my kids and my wife have never been to a wrestling event, and so we went to SmackDown, and we got in our seats at 7:30 local time. So with that, knowing that we got there at 7:30, we're like, we're early. We're early. So what should we do? And lo and behold, we weren't that early because there was 2 speed events. DP, have you seen speed events before? Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I'll talk about it. So there are 2 speed events, and so they put a time up there. There's a 3-minute match and a 5-minute match. And so with that 3-minute match, it was a women's match, and the 5-minute match was Andrade for a championship. So, cool. My kids love this. But with that, they announced what's going to happen after SmackDown goes off the air. Ooh. Liv Morgan and Kairi Sane for the women's championship. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, off air.
And then after that, Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso.
Off air.
Yep.
Off air.
Yep.
Off air, bruh.
and let me tell you, I don't know what is going on with WWE. I look, they put these off-air matches just to probably see what chemistry the wrestlers have. And first of all, Liv Morgan was cheered heavily, mind you. She's supposed to be the number 1 bad guy. She was cheered heavily. But the loudest cheer of the night was not Cody Rhodes. It was not Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Yeet.
Oops. Oops.
It was going on for a long time. It's
DC. How do you not know? Like, that's just the layup of all layups. There's certain things that sell in DC. You have to know the market you're in. You go to DC. DC is a hype wrestling crowd. It's a hype wrestling crowd. First of all, tickets are not cheap when you go to DC because guess what? Everybody, like every politician, every athlete wants to go to the live event. So, and then the crowd, they're knowledgeable, they're informed, and they participate. So, so good.
So they were yeeting for such a long time, and it was so loud. And Drew McIntyre is getting super annoyed. And like you can't hear a thing because it's so loud. For 5 minutes, they're just yeeting.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this little 9-year-old girl screeches on the top of her lungs, CM Punk! My wife's like, why is she yelling CM Punk? And she just keeps yelling, CM Punk! And then finally the whole stadium, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. And Drew McIntyre loses his mind. He's like, he doesn't care about you guys. He's not even coming out to DC. Why are you chanting CM Punk? And my little girl started a CM Punk chant.
So good. So good. That's the part. Like, I keep trying to tell people that UFC and WWE events, just for the energy, those events are so different and they're elevated. Like, you leave these events and you feel like, oh, I just went to church. Like, I feel like there are no fights after UFC or WWE. That's not what happens. People, you leave there and you're like, yep, hey, bro, high five. Like, even if you weren't rooting for the same people, high five. Yeah, that was awesome.
I think you see what real fighting is, and you're like, we're not about to do that.
Yeah, we're not, we don't look like that. We don't fight like that. No, we're cool. We're cool. So, I couldn't wait to hear it because I knew there's some things there. I had some other friends that were there. They were just like, yeah, this was as good. This was as good a night. The card didn't matter. The crowd dictated that, hey, we're having a party. It just happens to be a WWE event. And you brought special guests to the party? Cool. Because they knew they were getting something. Dark matches have always been a part of live events. But now what they figured is additional content in front of the crowd, working on timing, exposure to the story, because they increased viewership because people were like, well, hey, I don't know what y'all were doing, but we got to see some stuff y'all didn't get to see. And then guess what happened immediately following it? The next 4 events, live events, all sold out, and all the ticket prices went up. All for the tickets that are available, like third case, all of those prices went up. Ticketmaster went empty, and then people were relisting their tickets from face value to like 3 times the value, because now it's like, well, wait a minute, if you're next on the card, I don't know who they're gonna bring. I'm going. If they were coming to Lincoln, oh, you mean we're gonna get 2 matches that nobody else on TV gets to see? Yeah, take my money.
To have a match like that, I wish Roman Reigns was there. I wish The Rock was there. I wish Brock Lesnar was there. Like all those things would have been great. And we got to really feel the yeeting at the Royal Rumble. That was really cool. That was memorable, and R-Truth was memorable from the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But this was just different. This was like a rock show. Yeah. This made Naomi's light show like nothing. It was just so loud.
And you guys were so right. I don't know whoever it was on social media who shouted out and said, "Hey, Haas, have you checked on DP yet to make sure he's okay?" Because the women's match, I literally stood up at home. I stood up at home. I'm like, what's happening here? Get out of my head. Get out of my head. You are giving me too much right now. You are giving me too, like, I had a hot meal in front of me. I was literally stopped eating because I was like, bruh, this is awesome. And as soon as I sat down, I got the notice, bing, somebody mentioned you on social media. And it's like, man, y'all better check on DP. Oh, so good. Oh,
so a segue to that is Liv Morgan. And so I know you say she doesn't have it and she's looks, but in the premium, the dark match, without being on the air, there's things that she does really well that you don't catch on TV that makes me think she really does have it. She's going to be a Hollywood star soon.
Yeah. Well, I think this group of women's wrestlers, and I'm going to go outside of WWE, that if Hollywood is looking at Liv, they're looking at Rhea, they're looking at Jade, they're looking at Bianca, and they're looking at Toni Storm, because they actually can put them in talented spaces now to do a thing. Toni Storm's vignettes have changed what everybody else is doing. Like, today's one of the biggest days in women's wrestling history. That AEW card at Wembley Stadium in London, where some names are participating, but guess who's the story? It's Toni Storm.
Mariah May.
Here's the thing. It's such a big moment because in the storytelling, one, they're stars. world stars, and it has nothing to do with being limited by wrestling. It's not. It's the performance, the persona, the character, all of those things. And here's what happens. This is one of those quintessential moments where it changes the direction of pro wrestling. No matter the result, if Toni wins it, it is the coronation that no other woman wrestler will ever have, the moment that Toni Storm is about to have at Wembley Stadium. And if she loses, then you're creating one of the great taglines. And then all of the question of, well, wait, if Toni's going to lose on stage at Wembley, she can only go to a bigger stage. And what's the bigger stage? Her staring at Liv Morgan, or her staring at Charlotte Flair, and here's the story. Boy, today's big. Today's big, man. Like, you don't understand that all of pro wrestling changes because there's a 5-minute documentary, mini doc, on the rivalry between Toni Storm and Mariah May. And it's exceptional, bruh. Like,
where is it?
It's online. I'll send it to you.
All right.
It's the best. They haven't done this. I'm trying to think of it. It's kind of the Rock Cody, but it's got a little more juice to the squeeze.
Does it have the heel of the shoe going into the forehead and then the blood being licked off her head?
Yeah.
Has that? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And then for them to do, they were doing a promotional thing where Mariah May is on stage, and they actually broke. Toni Storm said, screw it. I'm going to run out and beat up Mariah May at the promotion. And you go, okay, stop it. You can't have any more of my money.
Mariah May has to win. They have to push her. She's done really well in the last couple of months.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the story just broke. So the event just happened that Mariah May defeated Toni Storm. and well, this is the thing. So,
boom.
But Haas, what happens next? We know that when you take the icon off the throne, that there's a reason. And if you're AEW, you can't let Toni Storm leave. But Toni Storm has the juice now. And if she signs a WWE contract right now, AEW just like, what are you going to do?
Close the doors?
What are you going to do? Well, you have it here, right? I mean, what are you going to do?
We got to go to break. I'll let you tease it. Where do you want to go next? We can continue down this rabbit hole we're in right now.
Oh, we got to continue with the wrestling and talk about the bloodline and talk about Cody and finish up SmackDown because we got Bash in Berlin coming up in about 6 days.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that after the break.
Yep. Don't go anywhere. The Breeze.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandSmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Final segment of The Breeze before we wrap things up and we get to the YWCA Hour of the W. We saw the video, Haas. DP showed it to me over the break. Selling out Wembley Stadium, 90,000 capacity. Absolutely incredible. Haas Tabrizi, we got a little bit of time. I'll let you take it away.
I assume Daniel Bryan hasn't won the belt yet, DP.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Oh, stop it.
I don't care. I don't
Whatever.
care. I
Whatever.
don't care. Daniel Bryan has never sold out Wembley Stadium. Not ever. And the vignette they put together for her to walk out to is just A1, A1. It's amazing.
10.
Oh my goodness, so good. Yeah, Harrison, is that not?
No, that's masterclass.
Yeah, like
everything behind it. You got the fans behind it. Sold out, 90,000
so
people, and that's a sellout. Those seats were full. I wasn't even in the nosebleeds. I wasn't finding too many empty spaces, if at all.
Oh, so good, Tabrizi.
Well, send it to me.
Oh, it's in your inbox. I just
right.
it was fantastic. Like I said, in the text, Don asked the question: is this a miss by the WWE for releasing her too soon, or due to being released that she was able to invest herself? Like all of that's true.
Good question.
But here's the thing about WWE. They have the money to correct their mistakes.
Yep.
They have the money. AEW can't swing and miss, right? They don't care. Everything's at a lower level. The amount of money that the WWE would make off of Toni Storm, because you could put her, she's wrestled everybody that she would have to wrestle. So, bruh, it's so good. This is a big day for women's pro wrestling. This is huge.
Kind of don't even want to talk about WWE because DP never talks about AEW, and he finally has some good things to say.
Right. Like, well, listen, I'm one to admit when a thing is good, and the rest of AEW, I still have the same problems with.
Young Bucks, man, no way. I can't believe in the Young Bucks. I'm sorry, I can't believe in Jack Perry. Like, I could destroy all three of them.
That's the thing. Like I'll send Haas some of these clips, and it's just trash. I'm like, I don't even care. And people didn't understand. There's a clip that they use, like the botch folks like to use of Toni Storm wrestling, where she's kind of working in slow motion to break the moves down, not knowing that it's an actual tribute to the people who put the move combination together. Like, it's actually entertainment just to see how silly that whole thing would be if you tried to do it at slower speed. But here's the thing, that when you can take this AEW product and take it across the pond and sell out Wembley Stadium in a thing, remember, AEW is not a big building production. They just put it in Wembley Stadium, bruh, and crushed it. Crushed it. So kudos to them. Like I said, you can count on on one hand, the number of times I've had great things to say about AEW. What they did at Wembley, oh my goodness gracious, bruh, go ahead and celebrate.
Final thoughts, Haas, before we wrap things up.
Well, we're gonna be talking about Bash in Berlin next week, and I kind of wish Cody Rhodes would lose the belt. It's shocking to say, but I wish both belts change hands. I wish Randy Orton wins the belt. I wish Kevin Owens wins the belt. And Kevin Owens is nowhere near Cody Rhodes, but with all the stars that are in WWE right now that are waiting in the wind with no belts, there needs to be a lot more changing of guards and changing of belts because of it. So as I said, Jey Uso, Fatu, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, there's just so many people, Sami Zayn. What are you going to do? Those people need a belt. And if you're going to have long reigns for Gunther and Cody Rhodes, there's just, they're going to fizzle out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a member of the club that the belts have to be elite. There's a time they went in the other direction where they would change the belts and there's no history behind it. And there's no rivalry. I'm okay with keeping the belts elite. I'm just not okay with who they're choosing to be elite.
Which is Jey Uso is the most over star in WWE. He needs a belt.
He doesn't need the belt. He doesn't need the belt.
Plenty to talk about next Sunday. This has been The Breeze. Haas Tabrizi, DP, as always.
Yeet title. Let's create it. Yeet title.
You're here there first. Don't go anywhere. The YWCA Hour up next. Talk to you soon.